Tonight on STN Channel 2 News, we have the details concerning Travis Porter's non-appearance during spring fling.
Also, the 2015 commencement speakers have been announced. Find out who they are.
And Relay for Life is coming back to the university. We'll tell you when it is and who will be there. All that and more right now on STN Channel 2 News. Thank you for tuning in to STN Channel 2 News. I'm Kim Bigelow.
And I'm Krista Gray.
Another spring fling has come and gone, but not without some raised eyebrows. One of the artists scheduled to perform at Saturday's concert was missing from the lineup. News director Scott Roberts has a story.
This is the logo that the campus activities team created for this year's Spring Fling event. Sage the Gemini, Ace Hood, and Travis Porter all advertised for the main stage concert. But on Saturday, only 2 of those artists performed, leaving many wondering what happened to Travis Porter.
We already were promoting, we already had t-shirts, everything was done, and Spring Fling was literally right there. So when we did find out, it was pretty late in the game.
On the group's Twitter page the day before Spring Fling, @Travis Porter wrote, "Mississippi State, #3Live crew headed your way tonight." The group performed there at the Alpha Tau Omega Frat House on April 17th. But the day after the Spring Fling concert here at the University of Hartford, April 19th, they took to the defense, replying to unhappy fans here and saying Cat never booked them and allegedly lied to students.
I could imagine that some students are kind of confused, but that's why my supervisor is having a meeting with their management agency just to smooth everything over, because we know that we did our part and what was to be done.
Tillman says this isn't the first time this has happened at Spring Fling. In 2012, B.O.B. canceled his performance after being scheduled to perform alongside Ludacris and Wale. In some cases, she says, it's all about the money.
Some things are out of our control, and I just want to make sure that Cat's name is in the clear. I don't want students to think that they can't trust us in the future for when we announce artists, for them to think that, oh, maybe they won't come.
We reached out to Travis Porter's booking agency for a statement on the matter, but we did not receive a response. Scott Roberts, STN Channel 2 News.
Cat says they have already begun planning for next year's Spring Fling festivities.
The commencement speakers for the 2015 undergraduate and graduate ceremonies were announced this past week. On Saturday, May 16th, the former Secretary General of the International Chamber of Commerce, Maria Katawi, will speak at the graduate commencement ceremony. The President and CEO of the U.S. Fund for UNICEF, Carol M. Stern, will be the speaker for the university's undergraduate commencement ceremony on Sunday, May 17th. The 2 keynote speakers will also receive honorary degrees. And the Relay for Life is returning to the University of Hartford. The walk to raise funds for cancer will begin at 3:00 p.m. on Friday, May 1st, and continue into May 2nd on the GSU lawn. The event will feature performances from many student groups, including Phenomenon, the Spirit Squad, Sigma Alpha Iota, the Yuha Stepas, and more. Interested students can sign up at www.relayforlife.org/UHart or contact Kate Sandstrom at 203-379-4750. Registration costs $10.
On Tuesday, April 21st, 2 UHart alumni were honored at the first annual College of Arts and Sciences Board of Alumni Awards ceremony. STN caught up with the awardees before the event. Richard Carden and Aiko Johnson were the first 2 honorees of the College of Arts and Sciences Board of Advisors Alumni Award. Carden received a bachelor's degree in English from the university and has been a successful businessman for over 45 years.
I'm very much a humanities aficionado. So what that means is you get core values early in your career in school, and you can build on core values because you can learn a lot of skills on top of that. But where I come from, having the humanities core values in your pocket early, you can learn anything from there.
All the way from Tokyo, Japan, Johnson earned a bachelor's degree in mathematics and went on to become one of the highest-ranking women managers at Hewlett-Packard Corporation. She attributes her success to the support she got in college.
I didn't even finish graduate level schooling before I jumped into those positions. And I never really had any kind of issue because I felt very comfortable. And I think that may be because of all the exposures university has given me.
So 2 people, 2 different backgrounds, both in the College of Arts and Sciences and both who fashioned a career not specifically in what they studied here, but in what they studied here formed their career.
To learn more about the awardees, their background, and career history, visit our website. That's stn2.tv. So, Chris, this past week, weather-wise, it was looking like doomsday a little bit, and I was driving my friend to her internship and saw hail.
Hail?
Yeah. Was there hail on campus?
Yeah, fortunately I was inside when it happened.
It was? Okay. Yeah, I'm not talking hail like this, Jabari, but, I mean, are we in for more hail?
Yeah, that's not surprising. Well, thanks, guys, and hello there, everyone. I'm back at the weather desk. We had beautiful weather during spring fling this past weekend, and now we're looking towards the future. We'll be amazed with sunny days or have skies of gray. I'll let you know after the break.
Thanks, Jabari. Now, coming up after the break, a new group of students is being formed to help recruit prospective students.
Also, the Innovator Group is hosting a new event on campus. We'll tell you all about it.
And CETA students have started a program to improve their networking skills. We'll be right back.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And now, your STN2 weather forecast.
Welcome back to the weather desk. I'm Jabari Walker. Earlier this week, it was cloudy and rainy and not as warm as last week. Will the doom and gloom continue? I'll tell you in a moment, but first, let's take a look at what it was like outside today. So today it was one of the more colder days of the week. It was 43 degrees and we had some peaks of sun, but mostly cloudy. And it was very windy due to the wind chill being at 19 miles per hour. Now, if you wore a jacket, you should have been okay to your morning commute. Now, let's take a look at the lows for tonight. Now, that's really low compared to the average spring temperatures, and Hartford County actually has a freeze warning due to all of the coldness like coming from the northeast. This is from the wind chill that I mentioned, and it could continue until like the week on. Now let's look at Saturday's morning forecast. Now let's see the weather right now. It's, you know, at low temperatures for average, you know, it's like 60 and 59 around there, 57. It's a little below average for this time of the year, but it's usually around 65, but that shouldn't be a problem if you want to go out and have some fun. Now, let's take a look at Sunday's forecast, around the same in the Hartford area. 60s, you know, 50 around the northeast and New England. And again, you should be okay if you know, bundle up and stay away from that wind chill. Now let's take a look at the 7-day. Right now you can see it's going to be 52 later tonight for Friday, Saturday 59, Sunday 62, and later in the week we're going to have low 60s and mostly clouds, not as much sun as we're used to from last week.
You know, Jabari, I was telling Chris, you know, I keep going back home to visit my parents, you know, and I keep forgetting to bring my shorts back, but with the 7-day, it's looking like I'm not going to need them.
Yeah, you're not going to need the shorts. You might as well get a jacket or, you know, like not the shorts this time. Yeah, not like last week. It's not as nice. It's going to be cold and rainy, cloudy. So.
All right.
Thanks, Jabari. The Student Ambassador Program is a new volunteer program aimed to help prospective students choose to attend the University of Hartford. STN went to find out more.
The Student Ambassador Team is a group of students that I am recruiting within the College of Arts and Sciences.
Students were nominated to be ambassadors by the department chairs, with the hopes of creating the best group to represent their program. The nominees were granted interviews, which led to them becoming a part of the team.
So their main responsibility will be to sit with the family, talk with them about the program, and then if schedules work out, then maybe that student can go to class with the University of Hartford students.
There will be student ambassadors from every college in order to represent their program to prospective students, ranging from high school freshmen to seniors.
Even though a freshman and a sophomore, this is very early on in the college search for them, but they're going to know that University of Hartford gave them that offer. We reached out to them, and in turn that makes you feel good when somebody takes that extra step for you.
The Student Ambassador Team will help give prospective students a more personalized approach to the university.
They'll get to see the departments in detail, get to learn more about a program than they would, say, from a brochure or from the website. And they'll get that feeling of the closeness between the students and the faculty.
This program aims to show students what the University of Hartford is about and to make sure that they feel welcomed.
The Innovator Group hosted an event on Friday, April 24th in the Conover Great Room where they showed off projects they have been working on throughout the year. The event, titled the You Innovate Show, allowed any interested student to display their work and feature technology such as the Oculus Rift, a reality simulator where users feel as if they are submerged into an animated world.
Also, the Innovator Group is putting on another new event on campus this weekend. If you're a fan of being at the wheel or in the back seat, this upcoming event is sure to get you revved up. STN reporter Jabari Walker went to find out more.
Currently, we have one of our large events coming on this semester. It's the University of Hartford's first annual car show. We'll be hosting it this Saturday, April 25th. It's starting at 11 o'clock, and it's open and free for all students on campus, and anyone off campus can enter their vehicles as well.
One of the main goals of the Innovator Group is to not only bring a community and campus together, but also to host events that bring the different schools and the university together as well.
We worked with the Student Government Association and SCA on campus. We started planning last semester on the event. We worked with public safety on what lot we were able to get and what lot they would be willing to provide.
Out of all the events that go on, the most important voice to be heard by the Innovator Group are the students.
Yes, the club is student-driven. We leave it up to the students what they want to do and what they really are motivated to do, and these are the main events that come from that.
Many students have also registered their cars, and the show itself features some cool models.
We have all different kinds, from Miatas to Mustangs, and we even have a potential Lamborghini that will be coming out.
Jabari Walker, STN, Channel 2 News.
The event will be held in B-Lot. If you are a student and you want to pre-register your car, you should do so before the 25th. Email the Innovator Group at innovator@hartford.edu for more information.
Well, if you've ever been interested in the world of television, STN is a great way to check it out. Whether you're interested in producing, advertising, engineering, reporting, photography, directing, graphic design, or sports, we have it all. Stop by our office in Jengers Room 120G and try it out.
When we come back, several businesses in Hartford have been vandalized. Find out what damage has been done.
Also, a celebration for a Milford teen is being held 1 year after her death. We have the details.
And a lawsuit has been filed against former New England Patriot Aaron Hernandez. Stay tuned to 2.
Make Super Pets your new best friend. Will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You're watching STN Channel 2 News.
If you have an idea for a story you would like us to investigate or an event we should cover, let us know. Send us an email to tips@stn2.tv, or you can submit a tip through text message at 860-631-STN2. Also, get all of your campus news updates by following us on Twitter at twitter.com/STN2.
A new program started earlier this year to help CETA students make better connections. STN's Rachel Sisto has more.
The Networkology program is designed to teach students the basics of networking, while then allowing them to put those skills to the test by networking with professionals in their chosen field.
Since the engineering and architecture and technology majors are so technically focused with, the math and the science part, there really isn't any time for the soft skills and the interpersonal skills, which are just as vital to success after graduation.
Students learned these so-called soft skills at a series of 5 events, 4 workshops, and a professional networking dinner. Students who attended Networkology events gave them rave reviews.
There was a lot of really good feedback from each of the events. A lot of people found it very helpful.
Julie Spring, Director of Collegiate Student Services for the College of Engineering, Technology, and Architecture, said that while Networkology was a student-run program, many offices in the university came together to make it succeed, including Career Services and the CETA Dean's Office.
We are also now kind of post-events working with the Alumni Office. They did have connection with us with regard to event number 5, which was the final event of the whole program. But we are having a follow-up meeting with them as well because they would like to next year be involved in all 5 events and really be able to connect the current students with our alumni.
Rachel Sisto, STN, Channel 2 News.
The committee is considering opening Networkology to other students outside of CETA for next year, but no decision has been made as of yet.
This past Thursday, President Obama apologized for the accidental killings of 2 al-Qaeda hostages in a drone strike this year. The 2 killed in the strike were American Warren Weinstein and Italian national Giovanni Loporto. The U.S. operation had occurred in January in the border region between Afghanistan and Pakistan. The president went on to defend the legality of the strike, claiming that there was no information that the hostages were still in that location.
At least 9 businesses, including the historic Mark Twain House, were greeted by a mile-long trail of damage in the area of Farmington Avenue Thursday morning. According to surveillance videos released by the police, the damage was caused by bricks and stones being thrown through the businesses' windows on Wednesday night. Currently, police are investigating the surveillance videos provided by the businesses. If you know anything about the vandalism, contact police.
On April 22nd, 2 people were hospitalized after a fight broke out in Arabian Nights, a hookah lounge in West Hartford. The fight was between the owner, George Ayub, and his wife, Nai Frey. Police were called in shortly before 3 a.m. Both victims were in serious condition from stab wounds and a sword by the time police arrived. The case of the dispute is still under investigation.
On April 25th, the Marin Sanchez Memorial Scholarship Fund is holding Peace, Love, and Music from Marin, a community day to celebrate the life of former Jonathan Law High School student Marin Sanchez. 1 year ago, Sanchez was fatally stabbed to death by her classmate in the hallway of her school in Milford, Connecticut. The committee plans to make this an annual community day. For more information on the event, you can email the committee at plmfrommarin@gmail.com.
On Sunday, April 19th, construction workers in Heian City, a southern province of Guangdong, found 43 fossilized dinosaur eggs during road repair. Wang Shaiking, the deputy director of the Heian Museum, stated that 19 of the eggs remained intact, with the largest being 13 centimeters. Researchers are still examining the fossils to determine which species they belong to.
The family of a semi-professional football player who was shot and killed by Aaron Hernandez has filed a civil lawsuit against the former New England Patriots star. Ursula Ward, the mother of Odin Lloyd, filed a wrongful death suit Wednesday. This comes just a week after Hernandez was sentenced to life in prison without the chance of parole. Ward's lawyers say they plan to call Hernandez to the stand to testify in this case. No word on when the civil case will begin.
So Benny, how will this affect the Patriots?
I don't know. I feel like the team's moved on without 2 years of him not playing for them, so I think they'll be good to go. Well, welcome back to the Sports Desk. I'm Benny Nieves Romani. We got the usual for you folks tonight, checking up on the Hawks after another week of spring sports. There's baseball, softball's doubleheader, lacrosse, and more coming up on Channel 2. Stay tuned.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
A runner on first base. Now the big guy comes off the bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. This is the fifth and foul point
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And now, your Channel 2 Sports.
Here at the Sports Desk, we're going to step up to the home plate as the men's baseball team hosted the Rhode Island Rams. Did the men's team improve to the home record of 5-10? Let's find out. The Rhode Island Anchormen at the home of the Hawks for another spring match gets squared away. We're going to fast forward it to the 5th inning where all the action seems to be happening. Here we have the Rhode Island scoring 6-0, and the Hartford Hawks are clearly frustrated. Then Hartford picks up momentum as Nick Campana gets a hit and is the first one to land on first base, and it sparks the U-Hart comeback. Next up is Chris DeBebbio, man of the hour, hits his first home run of the game, bringing in a double base to make it 3-6 in the 5th inning. First player brought in is outfielder Campana. Shortly following him is center field Eric Ostenberg. And last but not least is Mr. DeBebbio coming in shortly after that to come celebrate with his team. Mr. Home Run right here, coming in to take hats off with his woes. DeBebbio back at it again for a second home run. It's going, and it's gone. DeBebbio seemed to link up again with center fielder Ostenberg, who found himself again on the score sheet to make it 5-6 in the 6th inning. DeBebbio shortly comes after for another round with the woes. Hats off to the woes. Hartford get a little creative as Trey Stromberg bunts the ball, forcing TJ Ward to hightail it into safe in the 6th inning, tying it all up at 6-6. Trouble with the comeback kids as Ben Bingston gets hit by a ball and goes down in the 8th inning, but luckily no injuries were sustained for the freshman shortstop. The last point of the game, Ryan Lukács pops a sac fly only for it to get caught on an out as Aaron Wilson waits for the opportunity to slide in for the 7-6 in the 9th inning. Slide you later, Rhode Island. Coming from behind victory, improved the Hawks to an overall record of 14-22. As for the Rhody Rams, slip into a record of 15-16-1. Junior center fielder Chris DeBebbio reached a career high of 5 runs, all of which came off of home runs. DeBebbio finishes impressive performance, 2 for 4 at the plate, helping U-Hart for the clutch win. For the Rhodies, Mike Sherbert made it a 3-0 top on top of the 4th. Chris has scored a 2-out error. Sherbert and Matt O'Neill combined in a doubles to steal to set out Chase Livingston in 2 singles that gave the Rams a 6-0 advantage in the 5th inning. Moving over to the Lady Hawks as the softball team had a doubleheader against Quinnipiac Bobcats. On home soil, U-Hart softball are looking to break their 11-game losing streak and get that W and get their home record of 0-1 improved. The women's team had no luck in their first game as they lose to Quinnipiac 11-0. The Lady Bobcats stole the show as their top players like fielder Nikki Barba and pitcher Sidney Romney, who combined together to put up 4 runs. On the top of the 4th, the Hawks tried to cut back on the deficit with 2 outs. Danielle DeMarco reached on a fielder's choice, took 2 more bags in the next at bat, and Kelly's ripped to the right center field. A combined 3-hit effort by Casey Herzog and Hannah Lindsay helped push the Bobcats past the Hawks 7-1 in Game 2. Kelly Betts and Ferguson were the only batters to collect hits against the Bobcat duo, which allowed the 7 batters to each base on a pair of walks and 2 errors. The Hawks managed to cut the lead 3-1 on the top of the half of the 4th. Opening the frame with a double was Kelly, pushed into third on a sacrifice fly before Betts singled to the left field drove her interclassmate Hartford's first run of the afternoon. Earlier this week, the men's lacrosse team traveled to the home of the Vermont Bobcats. In Burlington, the home team is fresh off a win and broke their 3-game losing streak. Let's take to the board for the final result. The Hawks lose by 3 with a final score of 4-11, a crucial loss for UHart in an America East matchup. Despite the impressive efforts of attacker Kevin O'Shea, who had a game best with 5 points on 3 goals and 2 assists, it wasn't enough for Hartford. But the Bobcats wouldn't let O'Shea reign on their senior day, as sophomore Ian Mackay and junior James Barlow combined for 9 points, sending UHA away with the loss. Vermont now improved to an overall record of 5-9 and ends with 3-2 in conference play. The University of Hartford men's basketball coach John Gallagher joined forces with the Chief of Police Tracy Gove and West Hartford Community Partnership Manager Suzanne Oslander. The purpose is to extend multiple opportunities for some of the most gifted, driven boys of the Hillcrest neighborhood of West Hartford. The partnership centers around promoting local business and organizations that would sponsor talented, hardworking boys so that they can attend one of the most premier basketball camps in the region. Let's take a break from Hartford Spring Sports as we move on to professional sports in another edition of Pause for the Pros. Tim Tebow is back in the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles will sign Tim Tebow for a 1-year contract. After taking time off and working as an ESPN college football commentator following his cut from New England Patriots before the 2013 season, it seems like his 18-month break on relearning the quarterback position is really paying off. Training with the Eagles back in March gave him enough attention to land a contract. Tebow still has some ways because the NFL teams need to cut down 90 players to 53 by week 1. Keep a close eye on Tebow as he tries to make his comeback. The San Diego Chargers just announced the hiring of investment banker Citigroup and law firm Nixon Peabody to build a new stadium. After 2 weeks of negotiations, San Diego City and county officials agreed to spend as much $250,000 to get the deal done. Sources say negotiation deals are to come solidify a financial framework scheduled to be released in late May. The estimated plan will cost $1.7 billion. After completion, is set to be home for the fans of the Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. After 7 seasons, head coach of Oklahoma City Thunder Scott Brooks has been fired. According to a statement released by General Manager Sam Presti, he believes letting go of Brooks would stimulate progress and its transition is a must for the program. He often emphasized the decision that it did not come easy and the results of last season had no influence. Player Kevin Durant spoke highly of the departing coach, praising how he kept the team together emotionally and stable. Durant took to Instagram for further praise on Brooks. Stay tuned to find out more about the team's adjustment. If you're like Brendan Madonia and you have no plans this weekend, come out and show support for the Hawks. The men's baseball team is back in action against UMass Lowell River Hawks. The men's soccer team returned to spring action as they face Assumption on home soil.
All right, well, thanks, Benny. And we want to thank all of you for tuning into STN Channel 2 News. I'm Kim Bigelow.
And I'm Chris DeGray.
We'll see you right back here next week.